Hello folks, this is John with Bendpreneurs, and we are here with Rachel O'Malley and the Basement Consignment Store, and it's right here in downtown Bend. And we just wanted to ask Rachel some questions about the heart behind why she's doing this and how it all started. So, Rachel, to begin with, the Basement Consignment Store, you were sharing with us a while back about how it kind of began. And you were transitioning, right? You were transitioning out of a job.
Yes, I actually, it all happened in a day. I had outgrown my previous employment, and then my husband came home, and I broke the news. I'd been there a long time at my last job, and my husband was furloughed. So we realized we could not be in a worse position. We were both did not have a job. So we packed up our stuff, and I cleaned out my closet, and we went and visited my family in the valley. And we didn't realize at the time that the furlough would, fortunately they repaid everybody that was furloughed, but we didn't know. So I went to Portland and sold all my clothes, and went home and didn't know how to tell my parents. We weren't working, and about a week into it, I just kind of realized if I could make that much selling my clothes in Portland, and I had been working in Bend in consignment and thrift stores, that Bend was consignment's just growing, and we're all looking for cool items that are cost effective and different outlets that are different genres. And I realized that kind of Bend was missing, I'm not really sure, and it has lots of amazing creative stores. It's just a different vibe. So I just kind of winged it. It wasn't really thought out.
Yeah, and that's interesting because really we found that a lot of success stories come out of that when people wing it. You know, some people really plan, and that's good, but others that just say, "Look, I'm going to do this thing." So what at that point? Was that difficult for you, even though, you're making this transition, you're furloughed, the fear behind there, was there a lot of fear just to jump in and jump over into this whole thing?
Well, no, because I didn't really know what I spoke it out loud to my girlfriend, who actually her art is in the store, and we agreed to not really say anything, so I think that helped. And then, I don't know, I really didn't think about it, and then I had such an amazing support with just all of the people that I already know, that they never doubted me, and they never questioned what I meant by I was opening a store. And so I found the location, and I just kind of tried to start off and see how much it would actually cost to business-wise open. I didn't worry about inventory at all. And so, because I figured I'd just clean out my closet. I was like, I'll figure it out. But the first thing I looked up was local rentals, and I found this building, which is 841 Bond Street.
Yeah, this is interesting. You were sharing this.
Yeah.
Share the story
So
about this.
I looked it up, and I was like, oh my goodness, it was $350 for the upstairs places with all utilities included. So I was like, well, why don't I'll go at least look. And I don't think I even told my husband. And I came and looked, and upstairs they were just really small. So I asked to see the basement, and the property management had said that, it hadn't been rented in 5 years and nobody was really interested. And I was like, well, that sounds like me. So we came down, and there was no floor, and there was no painting, and it was incomplete construction.
Bones.
Yeah, it was complete bare bones. And I asked how much it would be to rent the space, and there's 2 rooms, which you'll see, and I made an offer, and the landlord returned the call and offered me the rent of 1 room for the whole downstairs.
Wow.
And
amazing.
Within 24 hours, and so then I just legally went and got my name, and that's $50.
Right,
So,
right.
Yeah.
Well, those are important details, because there's people watching that they have this dream or this desire, and they don't have the first clue of, how do I even look for a building or find a building. But wouldn't you say that once you took that step into what you're doing, things just somehow started to come together? I mean, that's what it sounds like with this building. And
Yeah, I mean, there was definitely, I would say don't worry. Like, the one thing I had was that I needed to open by December because I knew in my experience in retail and any kind of service industry, January's horrible. And so I knew that, and then I didn't want to wait until March because then you don't know if you're going to actually keep doing it. And you spend so much time thinking that you're not doing, and then, you know,
overanalyzing.
and then you have no space in your house because your house is filled with everything.
Right.
But
now,
yeah.
you were saying in down here, as they'll see in a little bit here, that some of this area was just filled with construction, like cans and just
Yeah.
a lot of cleanup. And then, as we'll see, we'll point out with the video here in a little bit, you have a back area that has like a furnace or something in it that you've done photo shoots that was...
Well, I haven't actually been in it. I mean,
Okay.
we can't really go in it, but we've definitely opened the door and used the back for a photo. Yeah.
Maybe we're, yeah. Let's move on from that.
Right.
So anyway, this is an amazing thing, and I just want to add here real quickly is that Rachel is a prime example of someone stepping out and into something that they're holding inside and not just settling for the status quo of, well, I'm just going to work this job forever. And although it was a good job.
Yeah, it was a good job.
Yeah, is that some people are in a real period of time right now where they don't have work. So would you say to those people that, look, if they have an idea or a concept and they can't find work, maybe they could start working on that dream while they're looking for work? I mean...
Yeah, I do. I think that part of it is just an epiphany too. I think if you focus really hard on trying to, you know, like if you're naturally good at something, then definitely, yeah, go for it. But I don't think that you should feel bad if you can't come up with an idea. And then I wouldn't really share it with others unless you know that they are going to support you 100%.
That's good. Good advice.
Because people... I mean, it's a big thing to say you're going to start a business. I mean, people,
Yeah.
And then people want to see follow through. And
That's true.
I don't think that I could have done it, like I said earlier, without my friends and just the constant support. But even though they helped me, and my husband as well, obviously, even though they helped me and saw my house get taken over, it didn't, like, I still, once I created it, they were blown away. And it was like, but I only did it because you guys were there. So definitely focus on it and go for it.
The support system sounds really important so that they can be behind you and say, look, you can do it. Because it's a lonely world if you're just walking by yourself, right? And you're just, I have this idea. And definitely support. So as in relation to the basement here, the store, do you specialize, you mentioned a little bit about your clothing, but there's something that really...
I'm going to start coughing.
That's okay. Go for it. Do you specialize in a certain area of clothing? I know you have vintage, something you're really passionate about.
Well, I started off just, as cheesy as it sounds, I would just feel it. And I'd be like, it speaks to me, and I wanted it in the store. And also, it was like all in our little, we have a tiny little mill house, and so it was all in this room. So I couldn't actually look at it, and I had no idea like what my style was beginning to be. I just went with things that I liked, and I think that's really true. Like if you stay true to just your own intuition, and because that's what people want. People want your own style and what you can present to people. They don't want it to be manicured or perfection. I mean, I guess if you're a lawyer or something, it's a little different. But you know, when it comes to your own creative abilities, we learn through trial and error.
We do.
And so, yeah. So I'm not specifically particular. I'm local. I definitely, even my chair was from a local consignment store, so yeah, that was really it. But it's just quirky things that you really wouldn't find, and then if you'll notice as I show you, they're not placed in size. Mm-hmm. So I also feel that a lot of clothes get lost, and so I try to match them so that, you know, they have a place to go.
So that they're kind of brought out, and people can when they tour the store and they come in and
Exactly.
see. Yeah, and that's what's so cool about Bend, like we talked about earlier, how it's so eclectic and unique in nature. Everyone has their own flavor. Everyone has their own way of expression. And Bend is one of those places, and there's not a whole lot where you can actually be true to what who you are, and not have to be fake about it, or somebody else. You're just being you, and that's really our sense when we come into the store, is that that's what we feel.
Good.
Yeah, we really do, and I think other people have said that as well, or they'll at least feel that when they come in. So for those that first of all want to find you here, she is in a basement.
Yes.
Kind of explain. It's pretty easy downtown how to.
Yeah, so actually the other locations upstairs, we're trying to promote the building as well. And so it's in between Glenora's antique store and the Bond Street Barbershop. And there's a double door, and you feel like you're going to pay a ticket, which you can pay your parking ticket here, and go to the end of the hall and down the stairs.